All right, so I'm creating this new segment called ABC, trying to understand my Chinese culture. Now, those who doesn't understand the acronym ABC, it's actually originated from in America, which is called American-born Chinese. Now, I live in Australia, so it's Australia-born Chinese. So we can call ourselves ABCs, and it's like a short acronym, and letting others people to know what's the whole about. The acronym. It's a lot easier. Now, I think the best way to understand why we are, spending that much and going that hard, all right, to understand the concept, are we that rich? That is the first thing, right? And second of all, why are we taking the best of the best from every single culture? Okay, that's one thing for sure. Now, for you guys to understand is to go through this family chart right here. And first, if you guys to understand, all right, I'll just put it down here. So let's just write two different pens. And okay, thank you, Calvin. I know you're watching my videos. I know why you're watching my videos now. Okay, cool. So Calvin, I know I've said this before, and I'll do it again. All right. So you got father and mother, and as you guys know, you got the one baby child policy. So whether it's a boy or girl, usually they will like to have boys. Now, as you guys know, when you go on top of here, right? See, you've gone from 2 down to 1. Now I know you guys are saying like, well, let's change the 2 baby policy. Well, let's just stick to 1. It just changed it yesterday. Now you got like father, grandparents, and there you go. So you got that straight away, right? So now we are going to go see. We've gone from 4 grandparents down to just parents, and down to, let's just say, you. All right, you just right there. Oh gosh, great, thanks for lying. So this is the reason why, when a lot of people says why Chinese are rich, right? They'll do anything they can for this son or for this daughter right here, right? Because this son and daughter, even though the retirement age in China at the moment is between 55 to 57, right? Depending on what sort of profession that you're doing at the moment. So you got 55 to 57, right? Now, obviously in the Western world, we are 65. I know in Australia, we push to 67 at the moment. So by the time your parents, let's just say 57, right? All right, and the main purpose is that Chinese, they always love to get married and pop kids very, very young, because the child can support the next generation, right? So, for example, you guys may know of the China, the leftover woman is below 30 years old. I think 28 years old, right? 28 years old, right? If you don't get married after, well, actually 28 is a bit old. I think we'll have to say 27. I reckon it's 27, right? If you don't get married at the 27, right? You do the maths, right? If you don't get married, like, you have to get married before 30, but the leftover woman is before 30, and if you don't get married at the age of a full girl, right? 27, right? We'll play number games here. Pretty much the number games is how it works, right? So 27, it takes 21 years, including 9 months, right? I'm including 9 months, right? 21 years for the child to be 20, all right? So that's why I'm including 9 months. So you turn to 21 years of age for that person to get up there. Now 21 plus 27, of course, there you go, 48. Now he's probably got like, probably like less than 10 years left before the retirement age. Therefore, the reason why that the leftover woman after 27, the more age number it crunches, the retirement, it reduces to 10 age, right? Now, even though for this tree, now you got to support, there's no siblings in China, right? So usually you have grandparents right up there, right? Now, regardless of the 57, so we play this number game, usually like 30, right? So usually they're around 80, 87 or 87, usually 30, right? If you play the number games, it's usually less than 87, to be honest with you guys. If I have to be realistic speaking, we're probably around 80 or less than that, all right? Because of, people tend to get married during my parents' era. So there you go. So different era. Now we're living this 21, all right? This 21. So why do Chinese people have a lot of money, all right? Obviously, the parents would do anything to give everything to provide what they can for this 21-year-old, right? From a baby to all the way to now. Whether it's good food, whether it's a milk powder, or whether things like that. So when you have all the milk powder, all the food, whether it's lobster or beef or Australian beef or whatever, and we went to China, you have the whole aisle of just like milk powder all the way through, right? And it's pretty shocking. When I was in Australia, you just only like a little small section of milk powder. Over there's like different range of milk powder. So they were willing to get the ones in overseas, right? So those who hasn't go to China, they grab everything the best around the world, right? They grab the best, meat, poultry, fish, seafood around the world, right? They love Alaskan king crab, they love Australian lobster, and etc., etc., etc. They take the best of the best and maximize the super baby, right? This is the super baby here, right? Maximize the super baby because, we're living in the rat race world at the moment. So this baby has to compete with the rat race, right? Because right now, the rat race is getting a lot too strong than ever than before. Because money is what we believe in. Money, dollar sign. That's the thing that believes in the most. All right. Now, I won't get to talk about the marriage stage. I'll just talk about why we're rich. So the rich this is how it works, right? So you inherit. So these two parents give money to, these four parents gave money for them to, right? They give as much money as they can. This is coming from two tribal family, right? Pour into this small nuclear family here. Now, this family, wherever leftover money, will go through this big of the triangle. Right, so that's why this kid will go to international schooling or things like that. All right, so you have this big triangle. Right, now obviously this kid will have to go through a mass of high expectation. Right, if they have high expectation, forget about it. There's no point at all. Right, so they have the high expectation of understanding the whole thing like that. Now, whether they're going to the best Harvard school or the best university, the best education, or things like that. That is the best way to understand of the concept. Why are we that rich? Why we're buying everything the best of the best? Why we're buying businesses? Why we're buying all this and that? Because we have a pool of money all relying on him. Obviously, 57. All right, your parents turned to 57. They just got retired. Now, retirement money, even though right now, China, well, its cost of living is really, really high, all right? You don't get much out of $100 renminbi nowadays, even though, well, for how does a retirement pension works from here, it comes to regards to the job. So, for example, if they earn 10K in a big city, that's just meeting, it's actually below average, Let's just say if a big city, all right, we're coming from a big city, let's just say 15K, right? 15K, I think 15K sounds all right? And the girls are usually earn a bit less, let's just say 10K, right? All right, 15 to 10K. Now, if you halve it by 50%, right? So 7.5K and 5K. Now, your parents will get 13.5k per month renminbi. Now renminbi, how much is that in Aussie dollar or American dollars? I have to do it in Google here. So, okay, renminbi to Australian dollars, or I'm going to say American dollars. You guys are from America. Let's just say, okay, that's only 2,000. That's only 2,000 US dollars, right? Oh, I'll give you another different pen. US dollars, 2K, all right? Let's write Australian dollars, right? It's by 5. Come on, where's the chart? Come on. Da, 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 da. So, $2,800. Now, I know this figure, it's not a lot living in the Western world, all right? 2,800. But if you're living in China with 13.5K per month in China, you live pretty good. But as you know, cost of living is going up. So when cost of living going up, you know, and as well you got elders, they have to look after the elders, right? And, you know, this guy has to go out and find a job, whether find a very good job or go to good university. At the age of 21, right, he has to finish university. So let's just say, let's cut out. Let's just say by the time they hit to 24, because going to 24 or 23, well, it's usually 23. I'll just say up to 23, right? Up to 23, at the age of 23, the person already finished bachelor. Now, whether they're going to finish a master, PhD, I'll round it up into 26, right? 26 years old. So we're going to increase the age, the retirement, the money pool. Now, whatever what the grandparents get from the pension, it's not a lot because back in the day, salaries are very low, right? But your parents just retired now, right? Depending on the roles that they have. But I just made a city above average salary. And this is why they're forcing this kid, even at the age of 23, to work as hard as he can, right? Girls, on the other hand, bloody hell, even before 27 is considered pretty old, or 26 or 25, they like even when they hit to their 20s, they are peer pressure to get married. They don't care as long as married to a rich man, right? For the girl. Now, next video, I want to talk about how the marriage system works in China, but I think you guys can't understand why the rat race is coming here. Hello, Calvin. How's it going? You enjoying life? I know. I'll close this right now. So that's the big triangle to understand, and that's about it. I'm not saying that. The video is saying that ABC trying to understand my Chinese culture. So that's different story with life. Okay, so we got that.